Hello, my name is Karupaswamy. I'm going to be explaining my sixth lab experiment on system, software, and compiler lab. So the experiment is about single pass assembler for SIC. So what happens in single pass is first the assembly language will be sent to the assembler, and then there will be intermediate file created, and then it goes to the linker, and then finally an executable file is created. So this is the algorithm that's given in the question, and then they are also given the input. So the input will have the code and the octab and then the syntax. So the results should be generated by the program. Uh, so let's take a look at the program. So this is a program, and initially I've created the text files for assembler, an intermediate file which will be np right now, and then the octab. So this is where our output will be displayed. So let's take a look at the program. So initially we are adding all the header files that are needed for the program, and then we're going into the main function. So inside the main function, we're reading the files of assembler, octab, intermediate, syntab, and everything, and we're storing it in buffers BR, BR2, and BR3, and also BR4. And then we're using buffer writer, and then we're using the variable BW, BW2, BW3. So these will be used for writing, and these will be used for reading. So initially we're starting with the octab. For octab we're using this while, and we're using the variable x to read the first operation in the octab, and then if it's not equal to null, we'll go inside, and then we'll check if octab is equal to null, and then if it's equal to null, we'll initialize excess, that is the first operation as a operation in the octab, and then if it's not equal to null, like if it already has a value, we'll just concat that value with the current value. So like this we'll build up everything, and then it goes into this. So we're initializing a number of variables over here, and then like I said, we're reading the assembler. So BR stands for the assembler. So we'll be reading it. So first what we're doing here is we are splitting the line, like using the spaces. So every single word will be stored in this array words, and then we are using I, and then if the line contains start, that is the line will contain start if it's the beginning of the program. So if it's the beginning of the program, we'll jump into this, and then we're using while loop, and if the words if I is lesser than the words length, words are the total number of words that was in the line which we split it, and if the first word is equal, if any of the word is equal to start, we'll initialize n as I, and then we'll break. Otherwise we'll increment with each occurrence, and then finally if words length is greater than n, we're using pass int operation on the words, like the next letter, the next word to the current word that we're analyzing, and then finally we are printing it. Otherwise we'll set LC as 0, and then finally we'll initialize start as LC. So this will be used for finding the LC, which we use use here. And then if it's not greater than n, it will be set as 0, and finally start will get that value. And then what we're doing here is we are writing the line, and in the BW. So BW is used for writing the file, and we'll write the file in the intermediate, and then now we're going. Now we're going to analyze the intermediate, and then so initially we're using we're just declaring some variables, and then we're going inside the while loop, where if I is less than words length. So like I said, words is the total number of words in the line that we started, and then if octab contains that word, it means that we have to split the words in the octab, and then we're storing it in OP, and then if j is less than op is length, we are going into this. So this will be executed, and will store the integer value, and then the opcode, and then the words, and then the opcode again, and then along with the next word. So this will be written in the file. Then new line is used for going to the next line, and then we're incrementing LC by 3, and then finally we're breaking, and then we're incrementing j plus plus here, and then I plus plus here. And if line contains word, we're incrementing LC by 3. If the line contains byte, we're incrementing location counter by 1. And then if line contains RESW, we're incrementing LC by the total number of words present like after the RESW. So that is what we've found here. And then if RESB is present, we're doing the same thing, but instead of multiplying it by 3, we're just adding the words along with it. And then now we are going into this. So here what we're doing here is we're finding the total length of the program, and then so we're using the flush over BW and BW2, which are buffer writers, and then we're using another while loop, and this time we are going into the sim table and checking if there's a value, and if there's no value initially, we'll give the value. I mean, we'll initialize the value with the value that we currently have, that is y, and then if it already has a value, like similarly we did in the optab table, so we're using simtab, and then we're concatenating it with the present value and the current y's value. And then what we're doing here is while line is equal to br3.readLine, so if there are words present in br3 already, we are splitting it and then storing it in word2, and then we're doing a similar thing like we did in the top. And then finally, if the line contains start, we're gonna display h. So this is the header. So this is the first line, and then the words along with it, along with its length. And then and then the next one is I, and we'll like display all the commands of the the codes of the program. And then finally we're ending it with the starting value alone. So this is the syntax for the opcode, and we're generating it. And then finally we are clearing the buffer writer. So let's take a look. So it has the program is run now. So let's take a look at the output. So as you can see, this is the header file. The header file. So this is the program's name. And then this is the starting address and total length. And then T is the like the codes for of length 3, and then this is also of length 3, and this is also of length 3. And then finally we are ending it with the starting address over here. So that's it. Thank you.